Hello, I'm Jay from Volunteer Audio, and I'm making a short video going over all the Soundstream Reserve radio options for those 1998 to 2013 electric glides, street glides, and ultra models. So watch the video as I go over all the features, show these powered up. We'll go in depth to find out which one is the right radio to put in your Harley-Davidson. All right, so I've got all three of the radio options from Soundstream Reserve for the 1998 to 2013 Harley-Davidson Street Glides, electric glides, and ultra models right here on display in front of me. And I'm going to go in depth to some differences between them to help you pick the right radio the first time. I don't want you to buy a radio and then wish you would have bought one of the other models. So first off, let's look at this one. This is the new WHD.9813. This is a smaller overall screen than the other two models, but it's designed to fit in the factory fairing and flush in where the radio was. It actually has a 7.7-inch diagonal screen that's very high res and has built-in wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. This is the first certified Apple CarPlay or Android Auto radio with a screen this size that will fit into that factory fairing. It's pretty amazing. It's also weatherproof. The other two models are going to look similar right now because they're not turned on, but you'll see a big difference when we power them up here shortly. We have the WHD.SG and the SG.V2. The WHD.SG is going to be a 7-inch screen, whereas the SG.V2 is an 8.2-inch high-res screen. Both of these are designed to slide in from the front. Actually, all three of these, you're going to pull the ignition switch, you're going to pull the factory radio out. They slide in from the front of the fairing, but these two actually overhang the fairing. They don't hide any of the factory gauges, so it's definitely a good look. But built into the top is a turn signal neutral bar that hides that factory one. We get a larger overall area for display, but some people like the look of the small one flushed in. We also get some added features with that SG.V2 model. I'm going to power each one of these up. I wanted you to know why they look different, yet they fit the same bike. And let's get them all connected. I've got 3 Apple phones connected via wireless CarPlay. We're going to turn them on to show you how fast they boot up from an ignition switch on to connected to your phone. All right, so all 3 of these are in their boot up or startup sequence. Let's see which one wins. Okay, so that was so close. I don't know if we can necessarily say we have a winner. We were probably no more than a half-second difference between all 3. But this brings us to being able to see that display. On the WHD.9813, this is going to fit road glide or street glide models into that factory hole. You'll see we get 5 icons across inside of Apple CarPlay. When we go to the WHD.SG, because it's a taller screen and it's only 7 inches, it's not quite as wide as the SG.V2, we see 4 of our icons on our phone wide, and we have buttons on each side. And if we move on over to the SG.V2, that much larger screen overall than any of these is going to show you 5 of those icons wide. Now, any of these inside of our phone, we can just scroll over and see the other options that are here in our Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Now, all 3 of these are going to retain the factory hand controls, meaning that internal to the radio is a hand control module to maintain the basic functions: volume up and down, track forward, track backwards, next station, previous station. Changing the source as well as muting the audio is built into all of them. The WHD.9813 has an option inside of its settings menu. Inside settings, you can go in and you can go to Handlebar programming, and you can actually select to do a long press on 2 buttons. That would be pressing in on audio or pressing in on mode selection, and then you can decide what that long press is going to do. This would give you the ability to do things like access a backup camera that you have added, or a quick shortcut to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, or maybe even just a shortcut to any of the other sources you use most often. You can make it toggle between day and night mode. You can make it bring up your voice assistant. It's pretty amazing that they've allowed you this option in the radio, no external programming required. Now, with that being said, so this one's going to do a little bit more functionality than this one on hand controls. That would be WHD.9813 versus the WHD.SG. When you move down to the SG.V2, if you have a 2009 to 2013, The SG.V2 is going to be able to take those data lines, the CAN bus data lines that are in those Harleys, and with the help of an Idatalink Maestro module, we're going to get more hand control functionality by using CAN bus to do a long press on every one of the buttons. So you can set a function for short press and long press. So from the factory, you have 6 functions. This would allow you to do a total of 12 handlebar programmed buttons, and you'll do that inside of that Maestro module. All right, so another feature that you can do on those 2009 to 2013s with the help of that Maestro module is actually go in and do custom gauges. So you can see information about your ECM, things like speed, voltage, twist grip indicator. You can also see RPM. All those things can be brought up on screen as well. So it's very cool that you can remap your hand controls no matter what you want, plus add that added data. Now, very, very soon, I've already heard the Maestro is going to retain those factory boom amplifiers. They're in the process of working on that, and at this time they say it actually activates them, and we're just doing some final testing to make sure that all works correctly. If so, this will be the only radio on the market ever made that retained the boom amplifier in the CVO models as well on the SG.V2. All right, so let's talk about the things that are the same on all of these radios, and then I'll get into the differences with you. All 3 of these models are going to have wireless phone connectivity. Wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. So you can take your phone and connect it, and when the radio comes on, it's going to automatically bring your apps, your navigation, your music apps, and so on up on screen for you to be able to see while riding down the road. This is a really, really awesome feature that the factory radio definitely didn't do in your year range. Bringing that bike into the future with modern phone technology and the ability to connect those. Also, all 3 models are going to be Sirius XM compatible. So you can buy an SXV300 tuner. It's a very inexpensive Sirius XM tuner. And you can add Sirius XM to these radios with a standalone tuner without the need for a phone connected. You also have the option to do the Sirius XM app inside of from your phone and have it up in Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. I actually prefer the Sirius XM app as it has better overall sound quality. It goes a little louder, and I don't have to pay a monthly fee for it because I already pay for it in my other vehicles. Let's go to the home screen and go over the like features for each one. So I want to go back to all the apps that show up the sources that we can do. All 3 are going to do AM/FM radio. They're also going to, as we just talked about, do Android and Apple wirelessly, and it's going to have Sirius XM inputs. All 3 also have the option for Bluetooth phone or Bluetooth audio. So if you don't want to connect for Android Auto or Apple CarPlay and see the apps on screen, you could transfer just that audio. All 3 models also have a camera input. Soundstream Reserve has released several very nice wireless backup cameras, and you can use a wired backup camera with any of these models. You can add that, and what we have found is, I know a lot of you are thinking, why do I need a backup camera? Well, changing lanes, it is amazing the blind spots that you can get where you can now see by adding that camera. 180-degree viewing camera on the back of your bike lets you see if any cars are on either side of you while you're changing lanes, as well as if you do have a tri-glide or an ultra model with a tour pack and you're trying to back up to something, you don't have to worry about hitting your pipes into it as well. All 3 also have a USB input, which is going to allow you to play music from a USB flash drive. It's got to be formatted correctly and music put in folders to make it easily searchable. All of that USB data can be found in the manual to see how to lay out that music for music through the USB input. Also, that same USB input can be used to plug your phone in, to charge your phone, and transfer Apple CarPlay or Android Auto via a wire. All right, let's look at a few more things we have. Both the new WHD.9813 and the SG.V2 have a little drop-down menu that are going to give you quick access to things like day-night mode, as well as phone connectivity, settings menu, even powering the radio on and off can be done very quickly from that drop-down menu. On the WHD.SG, it's actually right here on the face. So we have day-night mode, EQ ability to get right to our EQ, as well as settings and phone connectivity, all from the face of the radio. Now let's get to let's talk about all the differences between them, because now it's going to get a little bit more technical. I know that all of those features we just talked about are important, but the differences are the reason we made this video. First off, the biggest difference you can tell just from looking, we talked about it a little while ago, but this radio will fit inside and flush into that factory fairing without having to change the fairing or having anything on the face of the fairing covering up anything else, such as the neutral and turn signal bar. The other thing, if you have the chrome trim on that inner fairing, some of you really like your chrome, and I understand. If you have that chrome bezel around the radio, it can be re-put back on with this radio, whereas it cannot with these two models. So we've had people really excited about continuing to have all that chrome trim on that inner fairing. All right, so another big difference between each model is that screen size. Again, 7.7-inch screen on the WHD.9813, 7-inch screen on the WHD.SG, and an 8.2-inch screen on the SG.V2. Now let's get into sound, because another reason we upgrade our radio is to get better sound. The two lower end models in cost, not lower in quality, but in cost, the WHD.SG and that WHD.9813 are going to have a standard amplifier in them that produces about 20 watts of continuous power to each channel. There is a stronger amplifier inside the SG.V2. In our testing, it did a little over 30 watts of continuous power, so about 50% more power on the built-in amp on the SG.V2. Now, in all of our installs, we recommend a 100-watt RMS or more amplifier to be able to hear our audio clearly going down the road, above the wind, above the engine. We know we need some added power, and all three of these radios are going to have an amazing clean input signal to feed our amp and make a great source for doing that upgrade. All three models here have RCA outputs, front, rear, and subwoofer 5-volt pre-outs. But I want to get into the features that really are different. As we get into these two models, I'm going to focus on those because the SG.V2 just does everything. So I'll leave all the added features for it as we get toward the end. These two models, the WHD.SG, the WHD.9813, there are a few things they cannot do. They will not connect to wired or wireless headsets. They will not connect to a CB module, and they will not retain a factory boom amplifier. If it's a Harman Kardon built factory CVO amp, they can't retain that in any way. So in those cases, you would be upgrading or replacing that amp. And a lot of these bikes are at the point where it's time for that upgrade anyways. They're also going to have the more basic hand controls that we talked about earlier, as the V2 is going to have an even greater ability to remap those. They are not going to have built-in navigation beyond the use of your phone. So you're going to get your navigation from Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. They do not have a standalone navigation on board. As we get into the V2, let's go ahead and move to it, and let's talk about it, and I'll refer to some of the audio feature changes inside this radio, the things it does that no other radio can do. First off, full wireless headset capability. So you can connect your Sena, your Cardo, or any Bluetooth headset to this radio. There is no other radio on the market that has that full headset capability. So you're going to pair your phone to the radio, you're going to pair your headset to the radio, and the radio is going to decide where that audio goes. You can take calls through the radio or your helmet, and you can map where your music goes. You can send the music straight out of here into your helmet or to your speakers or your nav prompts as well. You can pick where these things are going to go. As we go through our app list here, this one is the only one that's going to show you engine data and gauges. So that is another awesome thing that it can do. As we get to our second page, last but not least, we have something called Rally Mode. Rally Mode is going to allow multiple V2 radios, so whether it's a 14 to 23 with just the V2, or a 98 to 13 Street Glide or Electric Glide or Ultra with an SG.V2, you can connect those together. One radio is going to be the DJ, the other ones will be listeners, and you can connect tons and tons of bikes. I think it's an infinite number within 100 meters, which is about 300 feet, can play the same music at the same time. So now we can all connect our bikes together, play our music together. It's amazing what that sounds like. I've only done about 3 bikes at once, but I can imagine if we had more than that, how even more crazy it would sound with all of them connected together. This particular radio, the SG.V2, is going to be the highest resolution, brightest, largest screen. So that's a big difference between it and the other ones, being that full 8.2 inch, but it's not just bigger, it is higher resolution, it is brighter in direct sunlight. All these are designed to be seen. This one's designed to be seen even better. One other thing that we have on the face, there's actually a sensor that automatically dims between day and night mode. The other two models will have to be manually swapped between day and night mode. So I think that's a really cool feature they built into the SG.V2 that the other ones do not have the ability to do. All right, so I'm going to go over the differences one more time quickly try to make it where it makes more sense. SG.V2 does the most overall features with the ability to do wireless headsets on board, the built-in navigation that's standalone, wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, they all three have, but it can do nav without your phone connected. The ability to do rally mode and connect multiple radios together to play at the same time, and the ability to display motorcycle info and gauges on screen set it apart from the other ones. Not to mention that huge 8.2-inch high-resolution, super bright 1000 nit screen. The WHD.SG and the WHD.9813 are very similar in features, but it really comes down to the fitment and the look you want. If you want it flushed into that fairing and nothing sticks out, the smaller option here is going to be the one for you. If you like having that larger, more visible screen because it is bigger and you like the look of it sticking out a little bit, and it's not really sticking out, it's flushed against the fairing, this is a radio for you. And the WHD.SG has been wildly successful, but this one, you've had so many of you waiting for. If you didn't like this, this is the radio for you, and we're already doing really, really well with it. I wanted to break down those differences. No built-in nav in these two. No wireless headset compatibility in those two. No rally mode. They all sound great. They all connect to your phone and give you that modern technology. I hope this has been a little bit easier to understand the differences between the three price points and the three radios. The SG.V2 is absolutely at a totally different price point than the other two, but as you see, completely different level of features built in as well. All right, so if you have any specific questions about any of these radios that I didn't cover in this video, you can absolutely comment below or give our knowledgeable sales team a call at 1-844-30-AUDIO. We'll be happy to talk to you about your bike, the features you want, and help you make sure you got the right radio for it. And don't forget, at Volunteer Audio, we offer full plug-and-play amp and speaker packages to go along with these radios. Perfectly pre-wired and tuned to work with the speakers in the kit, but also the radio you choose. So we do all the hard technical parts here, so when you get it, it's super easy to install. On top of that, all three radios, when you buy from Volunteer Audio, are going to come fully up to date. We're going to do the latest software update to the radio before it ships, and anything that would need programmed like a Maestro module on the SG.V2, we're going to do that before it leaves as well. And don't forget, at Volunteer Audio, we're never going to leave you stuck. Every radio we ship has already been powered up to do that update. We put our background in it, we test that radio. So you're never going to get stuck with a product that didn't work out of the box because we've tested it. On top of that, you're never going to get stuck on your install. With our wonderful step-by-step install videos, as you go to put it in, you're going to have the video you need to answer all your questions. And if you don't find what you need, maybe there's a little bit more help you need, we have great tech support on staff. It's free, it's lifetime. When you buy from Volunteer Audio, we're here to make sure you never get stuck during that install. And also, you never get stuck paying too much. At Volunteer Audio, we have a 110% price match guarantee, guaranteeing that we're going to get you the lowest price on the components for your Harley. Don't forget to subscribe to Volunteer Audio on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook for the latest in Harley audio and accessories. We're here to show you the new products as they come out and explain the differences, as well as show you how to install them and use them so you make that right decision the first time. And we also have some special guests at time to time on our channel as well. So comment below, let me know what you think about each one of these radios. I'd love to know what bike you have and which one of these you think is the right one for you. And don't forget, we also have that help. Our sales line and tech line can be reached at 1-844-30-AUDIO, and we're here to help to make sure you get the right parts the first time. Thank you so much for watching this video, and as always, God bless.